What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. So look, y'all, I recognize that it's a new school year for the kids. In particular, I know it's a lot of kids who are going to college for the first time, right? I got a little cousin that's starting at Northern Illinois who just started at NIU a couple of weeks ago. And I want to make a video for the college kids, man, and for the parents as well, man. I will say this, man. People don't understand. Support when you're in college means the world. When you feel like you got everybody rooting for you, giving you advice, people in your corner when you're in school, it means a lot. I went to Mississippi Valley State University on a full academic scholarship, but it was a tough transition. I really didn't know how to study for real. I was just good at retaining information. I had a really good memory. I could see things and remember them. But in math, is no just you gotta practice that every single day. I remember I had trouble in my math class and stuff like that, and my sister, my mom, my dad, my grandfather, my stepfather, and them, they were all supportive of me. So please support y'all children, man. Give them advice, pray for them. I'm gonna say this to the young kids and young women and young men in college. If you're having trouble, please go to those office hours. Right on the syllabus that the teacher, the instructor gives you, there will be office hours. Go to those office hours, and go to whatever study, whatever. They have like these little I went to what is it called? It was like a time, like a room or whatever. You can go to get. It was study hours for like certain subjects, right? If I wanted math, I would go to the math lab and I would go get help during those times. Please go to those study sessions. Please do. Right? If you need help with something, go to those study sessions and go seek the help that you desire, that you really need. Go to the office hours. So that way, at least your instructor knows you're trying. You're trying to get this information. You're trying to excel. You have an interest in your education and how you're doing in the class, right? Even in the office hours, the teachers can give you tips and advice. My teacher, when I went to the office hours when I was in college, and this was college algebra, but she taught at such a fast pace. We were doing like 4 lessons in one day, right? And so she was telling me, Malcolm, you gotta study. You gotta practice these math problems every day, because you can not do it for a week and you'll forget all about it, right? So practice some problems, just a few problems every day, so your skills will be sharpened on these different type of these methods that's in math and so on and so forth, right? Get with a group of kids if you can, and y'all test each other and quiz each other. So yeah, go to those office hours so the teacher can give you some advice, and it might help that the teacher knows that you're trying, and they might be like, okay, listen, hey, I might consider you before I try to fail you up in here, because I know you're really trying your best. Okay. I would also say this, man, kids. Pick a major that you're interested in. And I say that because, listen, every parent wants their children to go into something that's making a whole lot of money, right? We all want that. But you're not going to be able to really do well in the subject if you don't care about it. Seriously, if you don't care about the subject, it's something that you're not interested in, you might struggle in it, because it's not something that you really want to do. When I was in high school, I told y'all about the story where I worked at the pharmacy. I never had an interest in pharmacy until I worked in a pharmacy at CVS, right? And I got my pharmacy tech license when I was in high school. I got to college. I did not like the things you have to learn to be a pharmacist. I only was trying to do it because I heard there was a whole lot of money in it. My passion was doing what I'm doing now, communicating, right? Writing. I always was a great writer. I did great with speaking, public speaking. I had great sports knowledge. I was interested in being on the radio, on television, writing things. So I wrote. So basically, when I was trying to act like I was trying to be a pharmacist, I got in them classes. It was a struggle. I didn't even want to go to class every day because I knew it was something that I really had no passion for. I really had no desire to do. And when you don't have a desire, don't have a passion for something, and you just doing it just for some bread, it may be a struggle for you. And you may be dreading your college years. College is not all about fun. Let me just say it's not. You're going to have trials and tribulations. I had trials and tribulations in the communication department, right? Writing a whole bunch of research papers, doing a whole lot of research, doing editing for shows, doing editing for my TV show, doing radio shows and having to redo certain segments, certain stuff over and over again. There was a lot of different ups and downs, right, with a lot of this stuff. But at least when I was doing it, I felt like I was in my calling. And so it motivated me to keep pushing forward. Now, a lot of y'all, again, I know the parents are going to tell you, you need to be a doctor, you need to be a lawyer or whatever, right? And yeah, and your parents are trying to lead you the right way in order for you to get some bread and get some money. But ultimately, if you're doing something and it's not what you want to do, I mean, you might be waking up dreading it every single day, and it may affect your study habits, your study abilities, your grades, because you're just not into it's something that you're really just not into. And your parents don't have to go to these office hours, to these study times and these study tables, and they don't have to put in all these hours doing the homework and writing papers and so on and so forth. You got to do that. Okay? So if you're doing something, make sure it's something that you really, really want to do and you really want to study and you have an interest in. Because a lot of people doing stuff they have no interest in. And it works for some people and they get through it and all of that. But then ultimately when you get into the career field, you see they have no interest in it because they're doctors, but they're heartless individuals. They're not compassionate. They just lackadaisical with their work. They really don't really care about the patients, and you can feel it, right? So you really was just doing something for a check, and you get to your professional world and we see that you're not really a great person when it comes to this. A doctor is supposed to be compassionate, have a passion for the work, and care about the patients. If you ain't doing that, you're going to get negative reviews and stuff ain't going to go your way. I mean, you're going to get negative reviews, and professionally, you're going to be looking crazy out here, right? So major in something that you feel like is something that you really want to do. When I switched my major, because I didn't switch it because my major was never in it was never in anything STEM at all. But I was trying to take courses to lead me down that road. I took trigonometry and I took something else, I believe. I don't know. I took trigonometry was the first step. I got in there, I was like, hell no. Yeah, and I had to take that. You know what I mean? As far as like you got to take several maths and stuff if you want to do some pharmacy. We didn't have a pharmacy major, but you could do like biology or chemistry major or something like that could lead you down the field of being a pharmacist. And I'm like, yo, the stuff you got to do to be majoring in chemistry and all that type of stuff, or biology and stuff or whatever. I don't know if it was chemistry, something. But I know if you wanted to go that route, you had to take those classes. I'm looking like organic chemistry and all of that is like, nah. Chemistry fun when you light stuff on fire and all of that, but it was never a passion of mine. I went and became a communication major. I wrote for the school newspaper. I wrote for the school webpage. I did sideline reporting at the football games. I was a color commentator at the basketball games. I had my own radio show, did a TV show, did just about everything you could do in the communication department. And I had fun with every single thing. Getting to interview coaches, they using my sound bites and sound, questions that I'm asking. You have these quotes in the paper, in the local paper and stuff like that from a question that I may have asked, or just even being able to get certain quotes or certain things I can write that the coach is talking to me, and he's taking my question serious, and people are elaborating, other reporters are elaborating on questions that I asked. This 18, 19-year-old kid is asking, well, really 19-20-year-old kid is asking, the paper is elaborating on the questions that I asked, and I felt good about it. I felt passionate getting up every single day doing my radio show. Not every single day, but every Sunday. I would record it on Saturday. It aired on Sunday. I'm lying. What did I not air on Sunday? My show aired on Saturday. It aired on Saturday, right? And I would do it sometime pre-recorded on Friday. Sometime I would do it live on Saturday. But I felt good getting up doing that show all the time, right? I felt good being in that radio station, being amongst my peers. I felt good being on the TV show. So y'all seeing people being able to see me on TV and putting on my shirt and tie and all that, getting ready for the show. I felt good being able to relay that information to the public and do something that I love. So kids, major in something that you love. Parents, support your babies, man. They need it. They're far away from home. They need your support as much as possible.